I don't feel so bad about what I'm doing when I help people out, such as Naxiva, who was under the Inquisition, pretty much against herself, by herself. It was her own guilt that did this to herself for 1,000 years, after she had sent so many to torture and death as an Inquisitor. It was a fitting punishment for sure, but make sure that the crime fits the punishment. This woman didn't even remember who she was or what she did. All she knew was the punishment, as her soul was fractured. If you really want someone to face punishment, they should retain full awareness of who they are and what they did. Otherwise, you're torturing someone for reasons that they don't even know. I can hear people say, well, she still deserved it. I would respond with, well, if I were to take a 5-year-old version of yourself and torture it for 1,000 years for something you haven't even done yet, would that make sense? No? It's the guilty that get punished, not the innocent. Otherwise, you're just out for vengeance. And I would think the real problem here would be you, not the punished. I think 1,000 years of self-torment, torture, and agonizing pain is enough for her crimes. Yes, she was part of Theos' Inquisition to spread the Inguithan gods all over the world. It was wrong. The Inguithans were wrong. The gods are wrong. But Naxiva has paid for it, and then some. Forgiveness needs to enter, or we will never heal. Just as her two halves, who were in total opposition to each other, came together to heal. Well, we've had our rest, and let's look into the light. It's too distant, it hurts my eyes. Step away. I don't understand what the light is doing.
You've my aid when it's required.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Could really use it. Actually, she was kind of a beautiful elf. Okay, so there were 3 places. Did she say that there's 3 to go see? Rymrgand again.
You returned from your interrogation.
Rymrgand's gaze pierces me.
Then she will aid you against the worm?
Her attention lingers on Naxiva. I have every confidence in her and in her will and her strength.
I've little doubt. But is that enough to finally end the monstrosity below?
Well, I'm not finished yet. Are you saying I can go whenever I want to fight? You know, I suppose I can. Dive down, wherever that takes me. This reality isn't... Huh. It wasn't so cold. I might want to go for a swim. As long as I don't fall down to my... wherever that takes me. Okay, so we've rested. We are ready for any more confrontations. Just wish I knew what these light beams mean. Alright, let's try this route now. Gaze into its depths. A faint stirring of air from this portal carries familiar scents. The foliage of a Derwooden wilderness. Interesting. I gaze into its depths. Through the shimmering gate, a structure of thick stone rises, thronged by soldiers awash in the rosy shades of dawn. The light shifts to the clear, bright blue of day, then again to red, all within a matter of moments. Huh. Well, that doesn't really tell me. All I know is it's kind of home before the Deadfire. Step into the portal. I've had a few homes in my life, but I guess before the Deadfire, the Deerwood would be my home. Looks like there's been a battle here.
This place stinks of flame and flesh. Don't suppose we could leave?
Do you want to close the vid mouth or not?
On it.
Under the helmet, this soldier wears an accomplished grin, frozen in death. Okay. There's a giant Audra pillar there. Again, it's a different light. It's warmer here. I'll look into it. It's too distant and it hurts my eyes. Step away. Not luminous, but it's Audra, nonetheless. Well, the other place had a lot of battles that we had to fight a lot of battles in the other place, so I suppose this will be no different. Be aware that there's gunpowder barrels around us. Oh, oh! I did not see that coming. Ah! Took my knee? Hit my knee.
I've got it.
Behind the Derwooden defenses, Rymrgand laid down their lives to open the way for Wadwin's crossing. Well, isn't this kind of like being stuck between two things? This is where my father died in the Saints' War.
Yeah?
Between Rymrgand and the Derwood. Okay, so I can't disarm that. It's already sprung. I'm looking for more traps. No, this is frozen in time.
Will do.
Half of the soldier's face is missing.
Is that? No. It can't be.
Oh, the bridge. Yes, where Wadwin...
Evandur Bridge.
Yes, where Wadwin blew up. The site of Saint Wadwin's demise by a dozen fighters and Magranite priests who ignited the Godhammer bomb. Evandur Bridge marked the triumphant end of Eothas' incursion into the Derwood.
This is where the Saints' War ended. Godhammer went off, blasted this place to pieces. And everyone in it. Say, how reliable are these memories anyway? Is this how it actually looked, or just what someone remembers of it?
Reliable or not, it's certainly detailed.
Oh, let's just hope the Godhammer doesn't explode in this particular memory while we're standing in it.
I cannot guarantee you that. I can't guarantee anything. It is a very strange place.
Sure.
What's going on here?
On it.
Their expressions reflect a mixture of determination and hopelessness. Something heavy is leaning against the other side of the door, wedging it. I suppose there'd be more traps? I can see them, but sometimes. Normally. I can't pick this lock. I need the proper key, it would seem. All we can do is keep going forward. Wait! I do see traps. I see traps. Disarm them. Keep an eye out for more. They're very faint. What? That's Eothas in its other avatar form, like it is now. Well, apparently it wasn't exactly the same Eothas. Eothas died here. My gosh. I don't know, I almost feel like this is something of most importance. Something I never could see. I was too young when the war happened.
I've got it.
Look into the light here. It's the same as the others. I can't. Wow. And these?
Sure.
These are Rymrgand soldiers. A triumphant battle cry is frozen on their lips, their spittle suspended in the air. As Wadwin leads them. Okay then. I suppose I need to talk to Wadwin. The figure at the head of the Rymrgand army seems at odds with his surroundings. More like he is delivering a sermon than leading a bloodthirsty vanguard. His body overflows with soul essence, more than any mortal could hope to contain. This... I don't know where my father died. He could have died right here. Wow, he could have been among those soldiers right behind me. Yes, I loved my father, and I haven't seen him since the war. Okay.
Lord alive, that's Saint Widewin himself.
Please don't get gushy over him, Xoti. Though he has the protection of an army rallying around him, his features are creased with apprehension. Are you okay, Eder?
That's not something you see every day. Not even on your worst day.
I know.
I suppose for the dozen, this was their worst day.
This has special significance for me, especially considering the situation. However, in a second, who knows if the God Hammer went off. I hope time doesn't start up again and it repeats itself.
I always figured the stories were exaggerations. Eder lied and all that. But people always make things sound worse than they were, but... And this looks about bad enough.
You haven't spotted a priest by the name of Durance, have you? He offers no reply.
I'm sure he would have heard about it if Durance were actually here at the time. No, building the bomb and gloating about it from a safe distance? Yeah, that's more like him.
Yeah, Durance was gruff, but at the end, he really hated Magran, the god that he had supported and worshipped the whole time. Is that really you, Widewin? He doesn't move and reflects no awareness of my presence. In this realm, Widewin is inert, balanced between moments in time that already happened. Poke him. I might as well be poking a mountainside. The Battle of Evandur Bridge already happened. Nothing can alter the events or their sequence, probably. I suppose the only thing I have to do is reach out to his soul. The response is immediate. A dim echo of soul essence clinging to Widewin lurches towards me like a drowning man taking his first lungful of air.
Where am I?
Wow.
And who are you?
You're speaking to me. Are you really the god, or some essence or leftover of the god? Conflicting emotions radiate from his soul, like a mind waking from a deep and restless sleep. You're on Evandur Bridge, right before the Godhammer bomb went off.
The what hammer?
Beneath his confusion, I detect a spark of recognition, but it's very faint. He knows this word, but he may not remember that he knows it.
Oh no, I feel something. It's coming on like a sneeze, but bigger. This is all happening again, isn't it?
This would be a very bad time for history to repeat itself.
Keep your distance. It's coming. The cycle's turning back on itself.
Widewin's soul strains to avoid it, but I feel the pull of an unseen force tearing at him, shredding this moment of clarity. And then he's gone.
Did they expect a dozen to stand against the dawn?
Widewin stares down what remains of the Derwooden defenders, the last men and women holding the line against him. Eothas. He offers no reply. What speaks is neither Widewin nor Eothas, but the result of their violent collision.
Resist and the light will extinguish you. Surrender and be redeemed by the coming of the day.
I feel Widewin summoning his will to attack. He knows how this will end, not because he has reenacted it countless times before, but because it could end no other way. Is this why my father followed Widewin? I can see why people would. Look at him, radiating light from his head. Before he can launch his attack, a tremor runs through the bridge. Heat rises from the stones and bellows into an inferno. Yes, it's a great time to be here right now. We don't seem to be affected by this. Thank the gods. The irony of me saying that. Torn apart by the force of the bomb, Widewin is a tableau of agony. Any divine aspect has fled, leaving him nothing more than a mortal in great pain.
Must have been a pretty bad way for Widewin to wake up.
Something catches the light. An engraved circular trinket hanging around Wadwin's neck by a thin cord. Take the trinket. The cord won't disentangle from Wadwin's neck, but I managed to slip the trinket free. It's a personal sundial. Properly adjusted, it can beam a small ray of light on the time of day. As my hand closes around it, the spirits of the realm stir in agitation. I've got Wadwin's sundial. Roused by my interference, the spirits converge on my position in wordless fury. Well, there always has to be a fight, doesn't there? Okay, this time, Eder, go where most of them are. I've had enough. Oh, so they're actually kind of around us. I'll take this one that's right behind us.
This isn't as effective as you seem to think.
Sweet redemption.
Honor!
That was about as useful as a bump on a pickle.
They're still coming at me. It's time to use your heal, Xoti. Especially for yourself. Oh, Xoti is down. That's really bad.
Let's go!
Can we not finish this? Good.
That's two of us down. I am paralyzed. Not anymore.
Time to rethink. Stratagem.
Just like that.
They're healing themselves. One's down.
Let's go.
Of course, I'm really hurt. Okay. Kill this one right here.
Got 1 foot in the beyond.
Two down. Still three down. Two left.
This isn't as effective as you seem to.
Okay, so while you're still there, you do have a spell. Do you not?
Take him down. Nothing further supposed to happen. Yeah, God damn it all.
Ouch.
Honor.
Just like that.
Let's go. This isn't as effective as you seem to think.
Why is there four of them now?
Nothing more than rot.
Oh, good.
No good. Honor. Take him down.
Ow. These things are not weak. These spirits.
Time to rethink this stratagem.
Okay. Well. Another is down.
Honor.
Just like that.
Rymrgand, Vatner is healing us bit by bit. And Vatner went down in the end. Okay, pick him up. Something warm shines from the distant obscurity of the beyond. It isn't a fire or a star, but light itself, seemingly disconnected from any source. I know this isn't my first time seeing it. Yeah, I've seen it many times. No sooner does it roll its attention towards me, than I feel the heat of a familiar, piercing gaze. Aethys. We have unfinished business.
Doubtless we do. But your grievance is not of my making.
Xoti's eyes narrow, dark lashes fusing.
That man, Widewin, he had a life that I invaded, delivered to death, and consigned to this culvert. I left him to stand and accept punishment in my stead. I am the piece of the dawn stars that lingered, delayed by grief.
The rest of Aethys could use a conscience like you.
Perhaps.
Xoti puffs out a heated breath.
Widewind's fractured mind is holding this bridge, suspended in time. He's no good to anyone until he understands what he forgot.
I show him Widewind's sundial. The energies around the bridge seem drawn to this.
A fitting token for Widewind. As a holy man, he was a keeper of the light. As a farmer, he was indebted to cycles.
Aethys' light falls on the timepiece, bathing it in a warm glow.
Watcher, I implore you for Widewind's sake, to stand in my light and read the sundial. You can follow the timeline of the bomb and find Widewind in the explosion.
I'm gathering souls to deal with the dragon, but everything in this realm seems either trapped, broken, or mad.
You can count Widewind among the broken and trapped.
It would seem so.
Madness is not created here. Everything you see is a product of what Kith bring with them when they die. Twisted, as if in a dream.
I can use this to manipulate time. How far can I go?
There are limitations. You can perceive nothing beyond what the souls of this place experienced themselves. That is the burden of memory.
Okay, I'll carry his sundial into the light and see what happens.
Widewind is scattered across the bridge in 3 parts. But I sense a 4th nearby as well. A piece that detonated with the bomb.
4 parts.
Find him in the Godhammer. Make him whole again.
Yeah?
Well,
On it.
it's just one injury. I mean, Promaflame, Ilendur's tower key. We are doing okay. Everyone but Eder took an injury recently. Well, I took the injury from the trap that I sprung. Look at, is that Widewind? Still awful.
I've got it.
A beam of clear radiant light cuts through the murky expanse of the beyond. The air around it is notably warmer than the rest of this realm. Hold Widewind's sundial up to the light. The light shines down the sundial's pinhole and aligns with dusk. Turn the ring towards the dawn. As I adjust the sundial, the ambient light shifts around me and the ground trembles beneath my feet. This was the dawn part. I would have thought this was midday. Okay, the moment before.
Incredible. If only I could scrutinize my experiments at such leisure.
I've seen this moment in my dreams.
Let's try to unlock the tower. Oh. Compassionate Soul Essence. Memories of Magranite incantations. Should I not read this? This text of collected incantations is blurry to the point of illegibility, as if the white void has stripped the ink of any meaning. It might still mean something to one of the denizens of Rymrgand's realm. A short passage scribbled in the margins stands out with clarity. Let the scholars bicker over how we crammed a piece of Widewind's soul into the bomb. A little uncertainty never hurt anyone. I only care that the damn thing goes off on time. Let's take it all then. This whole place is incredible. I don't often feel wowed by the gods, but this... I actually admit that I do feel a bit of that here. To see things before such a fateful moment, to see Widewind, which I've never even seen before, in that moment. And to know that my father sided with him in the Saints' War. It makes it much more impactful for me. So let's speak to Widewind again. Widewind stands suspended in the instant before calamity, a final appeal for surrender still frozen on his lips. I'll get us out of here if I can, Widewind.
You're a saint to even consider it. Whatever happened here scattered me in body and mind. I can't leave while I'm shattered.
No, we'll have to find those pieces. But wouldn't those pieces be there after?
Gather enough of the pieces and maybe I'll be strong enough to be some help.
Okay. As long as we don't get blown up with the rest of this place. So... that was one thing of the light. There was another one near the entrance. I don't think there's any more traps, but these spike traps are hard to see. Let's see what's in here.
On it.
What I can do with this. Okay. Hold Widewind's sundial up to the light. So I can go back to the noon. Is that after the explosion? And I can also go towards the dusk. But there can't be pieces of them here until it's exploded, right? So we'll try the noon again. As I adjust the sundial, the ambient light shifts around me, and the ground trembles beneath my feet. The moment of the explosion. Primal flame, spirit residue. Oh, yeah. Looks like we have a fight ahead of us. And these souls, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, are not weak. However, they are surrounded by gunpowder barrels. Oh, they've seen us. Who has the ability to blow things up? This bomb could do it. But would have been nice to start with that. Oh. Come on, go off. Well, it hurt them, but not as much as I was hoping. Okay. Let's fight them then.
Take them down.
Please hold them back as best you can, Eder, and we will, one by one, bring them down. Oh, the one's already dead. Best to keep them bottlenecked like this. Right, they're nowhere near as strong as the one on the bridge by Widewind.
This.
I have to admit, Yidwin's not bad with their swords. A lot of spirit as residue.
Sure.
What's this? Oh, pile of gunpowder. I don't want to strike it with my sword, so... Okay, well, it seems that the trap is back.
Will do.
Let's go and look for parts of Widewind. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.